Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Well, I hope you've had a better week than I have in the market this week so far. We have been putting a lot of cash to work, but it's been a rough week so far for the portfolio. And we're going to talk about some of the trades we've made and how this thing is pulled back, especially with the NASDAQ going back. But hopefully things will change. We've got a lot of cash at work now. We are down to about 13% cash. So I've got my fingers crossed we're going to have a little turn in the week, but it does not look good right now. So we're still doing okay for the year. We're beating both the S&P and the NASDAQ, but we are no longer beating the Dow. The Dow seems to be the one that's doing the best, and so it's at 5. Let's see here. I think it was 5%, almost 6%. We were beating all those at one time, but this week has pulled back on us. But we've purchased some of the things that we've been trading, and hopefully they'll turn back around. So we're going to talk about that as we look at the portfolio. All right, so let's go ahead and let's jump over to that portfolio now and take a look at what we've been doing this week. All right, as you can see here, this is the portfolio that we've been trading. We own, I think, most of these, if not all. Top of the list there, you can see had a rough day. That's MSTR. It's had a rough couple of days, and we've been buying both days. And so we bought that one from anywhere from, looks like about 721 all the way to 729. So that's going to have to take a pretty good jump there. But this thing moves, as you can see here, it can move $50-something in a day, as you can see by what it's done this week so far. So what it did today, yesterday was not much better than this. So it has moved every bit of that $100 a share in the last day or so. So it's kind of odd because really this is MSTR is MicroStrategies, which is kind of a derivative of your Bitcoin, okay, because they own a bunch of Bitcoin, and they're not really following Bitcoin. They're following the NASDAQ more so than the Bitcoin right now. As the NASDAQ is pulled back, this is pulled back as well, but the Bitcoin has been going up and down the last couple of days, anywhere from I think 53 something, 53.5 to about, that's getting up to about 55 at times. So it's trading in that range, but this one seems to be not paying any attention to what's going on with Bitcoin right now, which is not what I would expect on this one, but that's okay. We'll just hang on to it. I think anytime that Bitcoin goes up and we have a good run for Bitcoin, you're going to see this one turn around. So hanging on to that one, but let's just go ahead and take a look at that 5-day chart. And this is one we've traded once or twice already. As you can see here, we've had a pretty good pullback from 806 all the way down to 620 now. Let's take a look at that 1 month chart. You can see that this is not something new. It had got all the way back down right here to 547. Hope we don't get that far down. Looks like we're in this area here. Hopefully it'll hold that area. That's 620 area. And then it has run back up like to 803 from there. So it's been there before, and so you can see here this looks like an area where hopefully it can hold. Doesn't hold this, you can probably expect to see somewhere in this area here. So we're gonna hope it hangs in there. It's all going to depend evidently on whatever the NASDAQ's doing, because this thing. Even today, it was green for a little while because the NASDAQ was green for just a minute. And if you can see this little tiny chart right here, you can see the little green spots. So it was green during one of those times and the other time too. So it's following the NAS. But then when that NAS drops off, you can see it's got the same looking chart. So it's absolutely following that NASDAQ. So most of these stocks are, because they are in the NASDAQ. So that's why I'm jumping in, hoping that NASDAQ, because this NASDAQ, if you pull up the NASDAQ chart, let me see if I can do that real quick. And let's look at this 1 month chart on the NASDAQ. you can see we pulled back down to here a while back and got down to there, and we got down to this level here, and now we're back down to this level. Let's see here what this lines up with. It may hold that, it may not. If it doesn't, you're going to probably see one of these areas here. We hope it kind of holds this. Maybe this was a little bit off today, and maybe it's trying to, you know, hold this area here, but it did get below that, so we can expect it to go. It's at the tip of this one right here right now. So hopefully that is still some support, but probably not much. As you can see here, it was resistance at one time, so it could be some support. Hopefully that's what's going to happen there. Hopefully have a good day in the NASDAQ, but the Treasury is what's driving that NASDAQ to go down. As the interest rates go up, for some reason it impacts those tech stocks more than anything. Apple following suit. All these you can see here. I'm going to show you the 5-day charts. There's definitely a downward trend in the last few days, as you can see here. So we're due for a good day in the NAS, but you know this can go on and on sometimes. But that's Apple down 2%. Square is down 4% as well. So, and we're in all these. So let's take a look. You can see the 5-day chart's a good downward trend on this one as well, all 5 days. And Square does have some tie into Bitcoin as well. So it's going to kind of probably track some of that as well, hopefully, if the Bitcoin turns around. Tesla actually started out in the green today, and then it pulled back. But there was some news. Elon did some texting or Twitter that he's accepting Bitcoin for Tesla, and I think they already done that. But I think he was given a date today. But there's your chart today. It started out pretty good, and then it fell off. But it's a downward trend any way you look at it. But we're in it. We're in it. We're not too far down on all these that we've talked about so far. U.S. Steel was probably still in the green on this one. No, I think we are down just barely out of the green on this one. We was doing pretty good today. We are actually in that one at about $20.08. So we bought that one this week as well at $20.08 across all 3 accounts. We bought that MSTR several times across all accounts, and again that level was 721, I think it was, to about 729, something like that. So we're way down on that one. But U.S. Steel, pretty flat on that one right now, what we're holding, and we've got to cross all 3 accounts. Okay, and PayPal had a pullback today about almost 4%. Again, a little bit of a tie-in with Bitcoin as well, but it's definitely following the NASDAQ as well. It's gone down the last few days. So we need just a real good day in that NASDAQ to get these things back up to where they were. But I feel good about them. I mean, the NAS could have even a worse pullback than this, but if it does, it does. We're just going to be suffering the consequences if it pulls back. Hut Mining, 8 Mining Corporation here, Bitcoin miner. It's pulled back as well. Again, this one's following the NAS, and I don't know why, because it's an over the counter, but it's not really following the Bitcoin that much, I guess. Not sure why. Nothing seems to be following Bitcoin, because Bitcoin really is trading within a range. It's not bad at all. I mean, it's 53.5 to about 55, so that's not too much movement. It's probably about as steady as it's been in a while. Okay, so, and here's one of my favorites. We are back in it, a little bit higher than what I wanted to be, because it has pulled back even better than what I thought. We did get in at, let's see here, Novavax at 221 all the way down to 203. So we bought today as well. So 221 all the way down to 203. Got a pretty good stake all the way in every in both IRAs and some in the cash account as well. So what we're waiting on this one here, this is the one that the vaccine, for the COVID. They are trying to get approvals in places like Europe and Australia and things like that. Also in the United States as well. Their phase 3 is still. I think they did finish it up in the U.S. So they're trying to get this approvals. I'm not positive about the phase 3 in the U.S., but they're trying to get approvals in these other places, as well as the U.S. trying to use some of that same data. But that's the news we're waiting on. We're waiting on that news to say they have been approved, and hopefully that thing will shoot back up to at least that 240, 250 level. And if it gets past that, it could go all the way back up over 300 again. So got a good stake in it. We've done well on it. Especially last time we traded, we did really well on it as well. So it doesn't take but a little bit of news for that one to get real good. So that's what we're hoping for here. We're going to be watching that news to come out. Now, they have been known to bring out news on Thursday, so tomorrow is Thursday. If it's a good day in the market, it seems like a lot of times they time it with a good day in the market. So hopefully tomorrow's the day, but it should be coming any day now, next few weeks at least. And I did get my first shot today. Actually got the Pfizer shot, and we'll see how that goes. No side effects, nothing going on, but it was a lot of people getting that shot today. Hundreds of cars there. So hope you all get your shot, and I wished I could have got NVAX, but they not approved yet. All right, so here you can see the chart, the 5-day chart. Let's take a look at a little bit longer chart than that. You can see here, we're back down to this level here. So, yeah, it got down to that. We got down to 198 today as well, and from there it held up. So that was a good sign. So hopefully it doesn't get below that 198, because if it does, we're looking at levels like this and even these two. So, and I don't really want to be holding them if it gets down that far, but I will be, because I will not be selling anything. We won't be selling anything in the red. It's just the way I do it. Hold on as long as I have to. Don't sell. Diamond hands. That's what they say these days. Diamond hands. My hands turn to paper when it gets 6%. That's fine. All right. No matter how long it takes. Akamai red. Everything's red today. Everything. I didn't do too bad today. It held up pretty good. Only 1% or so. 5-day chart on that one. It has probably been one of the stronger ones of the ones I'm holding. 5 days, it's pretty much flat. So that one's holding in there pretty good. Good to see one holding in there. All the other ones haven't been holding too good. SPCE, Virgin Galactic Holdings. 5-day chart on that one. It's a downward spiral. That one's been a really big disappointment. All the rest of them have been pretty much disappointments. UVXY, that's the VIX. I still don't understand how that one's operating. I'm not even going to look at the chart. It's a very big disappointment. I'm not going to be selling that one until this one acts like it's supposed to. SH got a 0.5% gain today, and the S&P was down just about 0.5%. So that's the way that one's supposed to act. This other one's supposed to be going up and down anytime your markets are going up and down. It's supposed to be going up because it's all about the stableness of it's volatility index. So it should be going, with the way the market's been, you would think it would be going up more than that. Coca-Cola has been a little green with the market doing what it's doing. That's understandable with a good dividend stock, blue chip. Dow's been doing good. So let's see, that might not even be in the Dow. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually in New York. Yes, New York Stock Exchange. There you go. Let's see. And let's see. Tilray held up a little bit today. It was green for a while. I saw it. Yeah, right there. But it sold off towards the end of the day. Let's take a look at its 5-day chart. All these stocks that are in the Nasdaq, I mean, their 5-day chart's not looking too good, and that's the majority of them for some reason. I guess I've been drawn to the Nasdaq, but when it's going up real good, that's a good place to be. And so that's where we've been most of the year and last year. And there's your Novavax. I mean Nikola. Nikola is down. It's down for the week, just like it's been down for the month. It just keeps going down. We hope the bleeding stops one day, but we're in it, and we are not going to be trading out of it just because it's going down. That's against my strategy. I hold these things until I have to. Now we've got several. I'm going to say 7 to 8 that are within striking distance with a good day. Okay, uh, give them 2 good days, and we probably got 11 or 12. And then we got about 5 or 6 that's a long way out. So that's about normal. I mean, that's what you want. You want to be able to convert to cash, within a day or two. So U.S. Steel could, it almost sold it today. It was almost to 6% up, and then it pulled back. So I think it was 4.5. I could have sold it. It was a pretty good return for a day or two, but just wanted to hang on to it, see if it would go up a little bit further because all this other stuff that's been going down so much. So I tried to squeeze a little bit more out of it, and you see what happens sometimes. They'll pull back on you too. So sometimes you should just take that money when it's 4.5% or whatever, especially on bad days, just to pocket some money, because we haven't pocketed any money this week. Now, we did last week, did a lot last week, especially on Friday. We have done a lot for the year, so that's all good. But when this market starts pulling back, that's why I like to look at them different, because uh, you look at your portfolio, and your portfolio can be really getting hit real bad, like this one has the last couple of days, and it can be disappointing to you. But when you understand that you've made trades that you locked in winnings, you realize that, hey, I've made trades that are way more than what this thing has pulled back, and also it helps you, to feel like you're accomplishing something when you make a trade and you meet a goal and things like that. It's not all about where am I at today on the level of my portfolio, because that could drive you crazy if you let it. So what I always do is I just kind of keep an eye on things, and try to pocket money, look at the 2 different ways. When it's going bad like this week, I'll go back and look for a month and see where I was a month ago or beginning of the month, however far back I have to go. And I had to go pretty far back this week. And so to get to the point where I said, hey, Willie, I'm better than I was back here. And we're still on track for the end of year goal and all that kind of thing. So those are things you really need on days like today and days like yesterday. You really need to just kind of get a different perspective. Don't get bogged down in the weeds. Don't get caught up on bad days and thinking that the world's coming to the end when you can look at the big picture, and you'll feel a lot better. It's all relative, and I've got a couple of videos on that. So if you get a chance, watch one of those. But it gives you a good mindset when you're trying to do this for a living. All right. So I hope you have a great day. And thanks for those that have subscribed. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and click this button right here and go ahead and get on board. We've got, I think it's 111. So I appreciate the 111 subscribers. And those of you that's been watching that have not subscribed, go ahead and do that. All right. Thank you. Have a great rest of your week. And we'll get back on here maybe Friday or Saturday. Thanks.